Namaste guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are back with another hot topic, that's Israel-Hamas conflict. Let's discuss about that. What is it all about and how is it a humanitarian crisis brewing there? I'm damn sure till now you have chosen up your sides. You have heard a lots of buzz about which is right, which is wrong, who has lots of self-interest in the whole game. So I want you to look at the third axis, which is humanitarian crisis and the death toll of innocent people. I'll walk you through all the different visualizations and all the different metrics which states that there is a huge humanitarian crisis that's deepening in the Middle Eastern area. So let's dive in. Do not waste our time. Let's go back to our topic. See you there. I would like to mention that I'm currently pursuing Business Analytics and Finance Master's coursework from UNSW Sydney, and this analysis is a part of Data Visualization and Communication subject. Now, while discussing Israel-Hamas war and reaching to its potential conclusion, we'll be actually dealing with Sustainable Development Goal number 16th of UNO, that's peace, justice, and strong institutions. UNO promote peaceful and inclusive societies for sustainable development, provide access to justice for all, and build effective, accountable, and inclusive institutions at all levels. Why Israel-Hamas war is a topic of concern? Because more than 7,000 kids are dead. While analyzing more than 25,000 people data set, this age group of 12 to 21-year-old face the most number of casualties, even more than the newly born babies or someone who's retired and who is above 50 years of age. Numbers are in front of you. Now, correlation doesn't imply causation. So we will discuss these 5 matrices, starting with citizenship. So, starting in alphabetical order, Americans, Israeli, Jordanian, and Palestinians weaken here see due to poor infrastructure facilities and low coping mechanisms. Palestinian by far has the most number of casualties than come Israelis. So here's the thing. Terror organizations, they have dug underground tunnels in Gaza Strip and they just come out in the public, they attack to Israeli forces and then they hide under the tunnel again. While Israel responds back, innocent people dies. As simple as it is, but so sad. Now let's see gender. If we talk about males, they do the physical thing, they go out, they safeguard the country. That's why we can see that casualties of men is by far the most as compared to women. Casualties. Here we divided 3 regions. Gaza Strip, the western region, Israel, the central region, West Bank, the eastern region. Gaza Strip is controlled by terror outfit organization Hamas. That's why Hamas continuously attacks Israel, and whenever Israel responds back, casualties happen. The data is in front of us. More than 2/3 of the data or casualties happens in Gaza Strip, followed by West Bank and then Israel. Israel has constructed underground bunkers under their home to hide whenever such attack and happens. Now let's discuss. Ammunitions are different weapons that being used in the series of attack. Missile being the most deadliest weapon proved so far. Look at it. It has caused the most number of casualties in Gaza Strip, followed by shelling and then bombs. Both of these things are deployed by Israeli forces from a distance in Gaza. On the other hand, at West Bank, live ammunition is exchanged between both the forces, and live ammunition is anything which happens in the real time. Guns are the live example of it. So whenever any conflict happens, there is exchange of bullets. That's the cause of casualties. Then explosive belts. People from Gaza Strip or West Bank wears a jacket with explosives, comes into the crowd, explodes themselves, and innocent people dies. That's explosive belt. and which has caused the most number of casualties in Israel. Now the deadliest method, gunfire has proved to be the most deadliest method in Gaza Strip and West Bank combined. Meanwhile, for Israel, explosion and gunfire proved to be the most deadliest weapon. But again, West Bank and Gaza Strip has the most number of casualties that has happened from the numbers we can see. Wondering why are all these things taking place at the first hand? All this started in 1948 with the establishment of Republic of Israel by Britishers. They offered Jews their separate land, but according to Arabs, Palestinians used to live there before. So all the Arab forces collectively attacked Israel. Gaza Strip being controlled by Egypt, West Bank being controlled by Jordan, and then started the era of surprise attacks on Israel from their neighboring countries from every side. But Israel, due to its technological advancements, repelled forcefully. And also, after 1987 to 2005 was the era of ceasefire and peace negotiations, because apparently there were so many casualties of foreign nationalities, including Americans or other Western countries. They tried to broker peace and tried to reach to the conclusion, but all went into vain. Then in 2007, Hamas controlled Gaza Strip, which was a turning point altogether. And in 2014 and 23, they conducted series of attacks, deadliest attacks on Israeli land. They fired missiles, which was a turning point, and the war broke out. Ask me, why is it a humanitarian crisis after all? Look at this. The one who participates in the war are more prone to death. But when I analyzed, the one who's not participating, staying at their homes are dying more. Innocent people who are not directly involved are dying more. That can also be explained by the fact that Hamas has dig underground tunnels. Also, they use innocent people as their shield to protect themselves. Held hostage to so many people. Another chart where the residents of people are being distracted every time there has been war broke out in history. Look at 2014 data, 2008, 9, 10 data, or the data before. These are the 5 topmost cities where the destruction of residence places has happened the most. Now someone present me with opposing perspectives that they have nothing to do with the war, or is it just a regional conflict, or they have chosen the sides based upon religion, their beliefs, or maybe they have their self-interest, who knows. But let me just present you with the counter arguments. Look at the consumer confidence index of the world. Look at the Brent crude oil prices. Look at the GDP growth. All these 3 factors directly or indirectly impacts you, and this is one way or the other going to reach you no matter what. World is connected like never before, and it's the era of globalization. Now let's focus on global confidence index. It's related to consumers, and it is related to how consumers are looking at the world, how promising it is for them to spend the money and earn the money in return. Look at these red circles. Whenever there was a dip recorded, it is when there was war broke out between Israel and Hamas particularly. Now let's look at the Brent crude prices. Look, focus on the chart when COVID period just ended and we entered into the era of Ukraine-Russia war. We can see an uptick in the Brent crude oil prices. As it was cooling down, we can again see an uptick in 2023. It is because of Israel-Hamas war. That's how tough this is war being on all of us and has global repercussions. Look at the GDP percentage growth now. I found a interesting correlation between them, and I will tell you that. Firstly, I plotted the casualties of Israel and Palestine, and then I recorded their GDP percentage growth, and that's the plot of both of them. And when I combined both of them, here was the result. Whenever there was more number of casualties or war broke out, the GDP always used to take a hit. Look at this. And this is not at all good because it will indirectly hamper the per capita income, human development index, and the development of that area altogether. And it's not good for humanity at all. Now, the potential solution. Let me tell you, Jerusalem is the holiest country for both Muslims and Jews, and for Christians as well, up to some aspect. Now, two-state theory is going to, I believe, complicate the situation because UN will also be there as a third party, and there will be an involvement of all different world powers, and then comes the world power dominance and world order thing. So what I would suggest here is to go with a democratic secular country like India or Bharat, where I come from. Our country is no state, has no state religion, has free, fair elections so far. It's 75 years of independence now. Equal vote values. One person has one vote, one value. We have multi-party system. Everyone has their voice and are free to express them. Functioning legislature, judiciary and executive system, and the mechanism of check and balances. Constitutional rights to pray, preach, celebrate every religion without any persecution. Every time any religion has faced persecution in the world, has took the refuge in India, and now they are flourishing. You can even see the Pew Research reports from online. Let me just tell you, Bharat or India, for instance, has hosted all the holy sites of all the religions, and we are coexisting without any violence and with good representation flourishing here on this land. With this, I would like to present you the different references where you can start your journey to research. And let me tell you, whenever war happens, none of the side wins. There is only one side which loses, that's humanity. And this is not the era of humanity as being said by our Prime Minister of India, Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And with this, I'm resting my side. Thank you. Signing off. Bye bye.